Hey there, Saber fans. This is Jeff Wester doing a quick demo of how you can get Ultra. If you're wanting to put the new Proffie Ultra OS on your lightsaber, it can be a little bit of a complicated process. I thought I would just show you a little bit of a way that I've found to get it done. This was obviously a collaboration between Alex Redman and Aaron Sokolsky, otherwise known as Fourzze, to bring us some new functionality on our saber, which is what I love about open source, is we get to really explore things that maybe are not stock or standard. So to start off, you're going to need a few things. I highly recommend you grab yourself a copy of your original configuration file that you created for your lightsaber. This is where you're going to keep all your blade styles and your presets. Just copy it right on over into a folder. I called mine demo for this sake. I used another name earlier. Then you're going to need to download the Proffie Ultra software. You're also going to need to download the core Negotiator font as well as the DLC font. That's a lot to keep track of, so go to the Fonts by Fourzze Facebook page. He's got a post up here where he's got the Proffie Ultra download, the Negotiator core font download, and the DLC. Similar to a video game, the DLC is going to be a package of goodies that's going to unlock some things for you. Once you've got all that, you're ready to put this thing on your lightsaber so that your lightsaber is now equipped with Ultra OS. So let's just jump right in there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my configuration file. I'm going to open my Proffie OS Ultra, go to lightsaber. I'm going to go down to config, and just like I did the first time I put this thing together, I'm going to paste my configuration file in there. If I want to take a look and see if everything's above board, I can open it with my text editor. I can see all my configurations are here, my blade styles are great, everything's fine. Great. So now I'm going to go down to my lightsaber Eno. And I was messing around with this earlier, so I've actually already kind of figured this out. Let's pretend this doesn't exist. Yours is going to look like this when you get in there. So what I recommend is you grab that top layer of code right there and copy it. Paste it on top. Get rid of these two little dashes. That tells the code editor to skip that line. And then you got to change the parameters here. So you're going to be in the config folder, just like it is up here. But the name of my file is not default Proffie board, but is my _ lightsaber. So change it to whatever the name of yours is, and then what I like to do is to check it. And it's going to compile the sketch. It's going to look at all the files, make sure everything's working together. Once I get approval on that, things start popping up on my screen. Boom, there we go. Now from here, what I would do is plug my lightsaber in, run this onto the lightsaber through this little upload widget, push the button on the back, etc. And now you've got Ultra capability. Everything that comes with Ultra is now on your lightsaber. You can control your volume with your buttons. You can insert sound clips. You can do pre-ignition sound effects. But you need the right font to make that happen. So to make that happen, you need to download the core Proffie. The core Negotiator font. And here's how I recommend you do this. Make yourself a folder. I called this one Ultra. This is my test folder. This is where I'm going to do all the work. And that way I'm not putting any of my core fonts at risk. So I'm going to go to my Negotiator font, and I'm going to grab all the content. Right? And I'm going to I'm going to copy it into my Ultra file. Okay? Now everything that was in there is in here. Now, I'm going to look inside the DLC. There's a couple things here. When I first got this is where the point of confusion came in. I thought I just dropped all the content here into the new font. And you do, but not right away. Okay? So first of all, let's start with tracks. There's a new music track in here that you're going to need. Okay? So pop your SD card in, create a folder, and call it Kenobi. That's very important. I've already got mine set up on my SD card. I don't want to mess with it. I'll just pop it open and show you. And then down here in tracks, you're going to want to drag Kenobi into tracks. Okay? That's the first thing. Now, inside the folder, you've got a couple font things you need to pay attention to, like Fourzze 2, 3, and 4. Oh, no. Okay. These are different from what's in here under Fourzze 2.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a replacement of those files. So go to Kenobi, we're going to go down to Fourzze, and we're going to copy these files. Then I'm going to go to my Ultra folder, and I'm going to go to Fourzze, and I'm going to paste them. And when it asks me, I'm going to replace them. Boom. Now, what I like to do, because I save all the zip folders, I have all this zip stuff later on, it really helped me out. I just deleted this whole folder from this process now. Move it to trash. Just keep a backup somewhere. But now, similarly, lock 1, lock 2 are different. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy them. And come over to our Ultra file, go down to lock, and paste them. And we're going to replace those. Good. All done. Now go back to my DLC. I find the lock folder, and I'm going to delete that. Good. Not in the way. Now, out also has some updates. Uh-oh. So I'm going to copy those files, take over to my Ultra folder, go down to out, and paste them. And I'm going to replace those. Okay. I just want to make sure I got everything. First, I'm going to get rid of that out folder. Get rid of that. Move it to the trash. Now, I think that's it. Yep, that's all those are all the ones that would create a problem. And I had a problem a number of times where those folders were replacing the folders on my other thing, and it was just a problem. This is now ready for copy and paste. This actually was designed for this. You can drag and drop the contents of this folder into your new Ultra folder that you just made. So what happened is we made a copy of the Negotiator core font. Here it is. We replaced a few key files to make sure that those function correctly with the new DLC. Now we're going to go to the DLC. We're going to grab the same, all that content. We've deleted the problematic ones. We're just going to drag it right into that Ultra folder. Boom. Now I'm going to apply this to all, and I'm just going to say replace it. Anything that needed to be in here is now replaced with the Ultra version. There's no redundancies. It's clean. This is now a completed font. So what I recommend is now we change the name of this folder, Kenobi. You now have a font ready to go into your sound card. So pop in your SD card, grab your Kenobi folder. Oops. Grab your Kenobi folder and just drag and drop it into your SD card. I already did that earlier. And you can see I've got all that stuff here. What this allowed me to do was, once I updated my blade styles, let's do that. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is get back into my Proffie OS lightsaber. I'm going to find my myconfig file. Let's go to the config folder. Here we go. I'm going to open it with my text editor. All right, now all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this simple. All right, here's actually one I already built. I put a Kenobi blade style in here. Basically, the way I do that is I grab this blade style here. Right, this is a Luke Skywalker blade style, and I'm going to copy it, and right underneath it, I'm going to say. And what I want to make sure I do though is I want to change the name of the sound profile to Kenobi, and the track. I want to make sure that track is the one that was in the tracks folder that we just added. This is the Kenobi. It's called Kenobi 2. That's easy. Make sure to keep that .wave in there. Boom. All right, now you can update this, and I recommend you do. Right now, this is a green blade. I actually went to the style editor. I'm kind of a cheater. I usually find it by going to Facebook, and I go to the open source page where I can find these links. Really helpful up at the top. And there's the style editor. Grab it's a blue blade. Perfect. Okay. We're going to copy this copy. We're going to go back to our board, and we're just going to take all this stuff and replace it with the new stuff. Okay, we're ready to go. So now if I save this, I now have a new blade style with the Kenobi font. in my configuration folder. I want to open up my, I've also got that same, all that content is on my SD card. I'm going to go to my lightsaber Eno. I'm just going to run it through its check again. I just wanted to kind of grab all that new content because I just added a whole new blade style. So sometimes I mess it up when I'm copying it. I want to make sure that it works. Great, so it's ready to go. So now I plug my Teesnsy saber in, I download it, or upload the new fork, all the new blade styles. It is ready to go. Put your SD card back in your lightsaber, stop watching this video, and have a great time. This is a really fun program. You're going to have a blast trying it out. I hope this covered any of your any questions you may have. It's a complicated process, but hey, good luck out there. Get Ultra. Get the new Clanker DLC for the Negotiator font, the fonts by Fourzze, and have a great time. May the Force be with you.